Yeah, Renuka, can I start?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. The topic which I have selected for my lecturate is reservation system in India. Age-old caste system is responsible for the reservation system in India. In simple terms, the reservation is about giving access to the seats in government jobs, educational institutions, and legislature to certain section of society. Then why reservation is so important? Because these sections has have faced a lot of injustice due to their backward caste, and also it is important for their advancement and uplifting their status in the society. The current scenario is, we have seen that most of the states is providing reservation in private sector also for the state's native citizen. I think it should not be the approach, because if that is the approach, then uh, UP bhaiyas should not drive their taxis on the Mumbai roads. Bihar and Jharkhand cheap laborers should not work somewhere else other than their states. And also, the Orissa plumbers should not give their tactics to others. There should be a coexistence. I think a reservation should be given on the basis of economic background, because there are number of people in the open category also who are facing financial problems and are in desperate need of reservation. And at the same time, there are also a number of people in the reserved category also who are uh, financially well stable but still availing the benefits of the reservation. So I think there should be a equity rather than equality. The person in need should be given a reservation, and it should not be given on the caste. uh, After that, if and after that we can also start, once come on the same means once everyone come on the same platform, then we can start the meritocracy. If we see the western countries, we always look up to the western countries because they are so developed. And why they are developed? Because there was a meritocracy, there are still a meritocracy. They give chance to the talent, so we can adopt that system in our country. It's a long way to go. Before starting meritocracy, we have to bring all the people on the same platform, and this can be attained by giving financial reservation on the basis of financial status. Lastly, I just want to say that uh, we all want
Last
our
30 seconds.
to be developed, but there are still the number of people who want reservation. So here is the question to ask to ourselves, that how a nation can be progressed if each and every community want themselves to be called as a reserved caste. Thank you.
Okay, good momentum in the initial stage, but conclusion could have been much better, Nikita. We are a developing society, we are a developing nation. At the time of independence, we had some priorities. Caste based reservation was there, but slowly we need to move on to the economic based or the financial status based reservation. That was the essence of your uh, say, but it could have been concluded in that way. Meritocracy, yes, very valid point. Especially in some of the fields, if you don't value the merit, it is somewhere compromising then. Medicine field, doctors, if you don't go by meritocracy, then we will not produce quality doctors. It will be a compromised zone then, and it will affect the entire nation, entire society. Uh, Especially after pandemic, we realized that how the doctor's role and their expertise is very very important. So this is one example. Secondly, in defense sector, there is no reservation. Why? Because you cannot compromise on merit. You cannot compromise on quality. You cannot compromise on the capability. So why we are compromising in many fields where it is actually dangerous? So this can be one area. Secondly, whenever you start availing concessions, then that is a problem. It really doesn't produce an effective society. That is another logic you can give. Okay, good. It was a very energetic start and momentum was coming up. Very good. But in the end, conclusion, be deliberate. Maybe that time factor plays on mind whenever you all speak. So when you get, as an ideal thing, when you get the hint of last 30 seconds, that should be the time you should be finishing the ongoing point, and then you should get into the conclusion mode. You may cross 5-10 seconds here and there, but it should not be crossing too much of time. So good. Nikita, so both ready?
Yes, sir.
You
Okay,
can,
Nikita.
Subodh, you can start.
Okay. So, good morning, gentlemen. My lecture topic is solar system. So, we know that how important is solar system. As most of the tropical countries, as well as equatorial countries, as well as the Tropic of Cancer, the countries which falls under it, they are blessed with the sunlight, because sunlight is a very important source. From the ancient times, we worship sunlight because it is a natural way to get energy. Without the solar energy or without the sun, we can't imagine our life. Just because of the sun and solar energy, we are able to get the energies. Now we are facing the crisis of it. First of all, let us talk about the India stand. India stands almost third in the rank in the renewable energy index after USA and China. It is one of the remarkable achievements. Not only that, in the international forum, we have the International Solar Alliance. It is an alliance of the countries in which the importance of solar systems to installation of the importance of solar systems, as well as the solar energy, how it is important, gives about the importance of that. And the headquarter is in Gurugram, Delhi. Now means recently USA become the 101 member of the International Solar Alliance. It is one of our remarkable achievements. Now, if we talk about the what are the effects of the solar system installations, first of all, we will contribute towards the environment, because we know that how the pollution is increasing. If we talk about the giving recent example of Algeria, Algeria become the lead free. Means Algeria is using the lead petrol, and it is very much harmful than the original petrol. So it contributes a lot. First of all, we will contribute toward the environment, that is the sustainability. Second thing, we cooked our food with the help of the solar cookers, and we also heat our water, what we can say it as water, with the help of the solar system. So it is one of the thing that that our electricity will be cut down just because of the solar energies. And the future will come that we will run our vehicles on the base of solar. Now it is starting, but it is on the electric basis. And now the day will come that when we run our vehicle on the basis of the on the basis of the solar energy. Giving example of Maharashtra's, that is the Sai Prasadalaya. It is a much known Devastan, we can term it as. So the Sai Devastan, they cooked food with the help of the solar energies. Almost the 150 or 200 solar panels installed on the on the floor of the Sai Prasadalaya. So it is the remarkable achievements that India had, and we have one of the most uh, biggest power plants are undergoing, that is in the run of Kutch. So lastly, I want to conclude that, and according to my opinion, means according to responsible citizens, it's our duty to mitigate the environment, because each and everyone has a chance to live in this beautiful world. So I think that if we use solar energy, so definitely we will mitigate the future crisis, as well as we will also mitigate the air pollution, because it is the need of an hour. Until or unless we work on it, so we can't assume a better future for our upcoming generation. Thank you.
Time up.
So both, was there any confusion about topic? You were sure about the subject?
So what was happening, sir? I don't know, but something is going in my mind, sir.
Yes. Solar system. Ideally, GTO will not harm you if you go and speak on solar system, assuming it as a solar energy. Technically, solar system demands something else. What it should be, Subodh?
So it is means the solar power heaters that we have, then solar cookers, and based on that technologies, something like that, sir.
No. You have to go by words. Solar system is about the sun and the all the stars, planets within the solar system. Okay,
Yes, sir.
confusion was created, but it is okay. you assumed it as a solar energy.
Yes, sir.
In actual, this is a lesson to be drawn by everyone. In actuals, you should be doubly sure what topic you have got. Okay, there were 4 topics. One was difficult, quad and all, but you chosen the solar system. But it went in a different direction. At times, a GTO may not like it because it was uh, giving inferences of stress, gap between understanding. Okay, so here
Yes,
it was about Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Jupiter, all those things as a solar system. Okay.
yes, sir.
So it is a lesson that when we pick up, and it happens with many candidates, only thing you come out of SSB and you don't come to know that you went on a different topic, or you did not specify, did not stick to the particular subject. So solar energy, yes, if you take it as a subject, solar energy, then it was okay. But still, I thought you got the hint. The flow was not coming up that way. So I thought you got the hint कि okay, topic गलत तो नहीं हो गया. Okay, this was the learning for everyone, because once you pick up a card, many a times when you come back and you initially use narrate the subject, even that time you don't produce the line as it is. This also happens because at times the subject line is bigger, so you don't produce it the way it should be produced. This is also a small mistake which happens because of stress and absence mindedness. Okay. Okay, now Tejas ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Subodh, keep time.
Yes, sir. Tejas, you can start.
Good morning, everyone. Today, my topic for lecturette is how to improve sports in India. So, if you see sports for any nation is a matter of pride, and if we're talking particularly about India, where which is a land of multicultures, various religions, and diversities, so we feel and sports is the area where we can enjoy togetherness and enjoy that nationalism in it ourselves. So, sports in India and its development is very crucial. So, firstly, I would like to highlight what were the factors which led to the lack of improvement or the not up to the level mark of the sports industries in India. The first factor is that we always lack both professional approach and individual approach in particularly sports. We never looked sports as a professionally, and we always tried to gain something, some particular kind of a government postings through that. So we have never produced some kind of national athletes or international stars. uh, Now, if we see, also we lagged in the sporting environment. Right from our individual home, we always encouraged our children to pursue academics and not to go for not to look for sports as a professional career. Secondly, if we lagged in infrastructure, right from very individual level to the very national and huge sports complexes. Also, we lagged in poor funding. We never focused as a government of the states or government of the union. We never focused on the sports, and we never concentrated our fundings on that particular sector. Also, if we see, we never had, all we lagged particularly in the professional managers and coaches. The sporting environment which is being provided by the professional coaches and managers in the very developed nations or the nations which are been ruling the sports area. Also, we have seen with this the government intervention, we have seen various kinds of nepotism associated with that. We have seen that the sports stars have been encouraging the persons and are neglecting the raw talents which were there in the country. Also, we have seen that there were particularly favoritism for one particular sport, so the various other sports which were there in India were getting neglected. So these were some factors. Now, if we see how to improve,
Last 30
so
seconds.
definitely each and every factor needs an improvement in its particular sect. But I foresee now, since 2015, the development and the improvement has been there, and we have seen many athletes, particularly in the Tokyo Olympics. We have seen many stars rising up. So it is that we have to spot the talents, spot the raw talents. we have to carry out the searches, so that we should encourage them, motivate them. Also, we should provide them professional environment so that they can excel in at a very national and international level. Also, we could see sports as an industry, right from very manufacturing of basic equipments, personal equipment, sports t-shirts, and all. We see the companies of Nike and Adidas are there present, which provides the quality products to our athletes. But now, if you see sports as an industry, so it should be concentrating on every aspect. So if we concentrate sports as an industry, it will be growing further, and definitely it will be bringing more and more improvement in the sports in India. Thank you.
Okay, sports in India not having enough professionalism. Yes, it is true. If you see crores of population not yet producing good medals in numbers, and whereas small nations with few lakh population are having better talent than us. So reason is focus. If you can do good in cricket, why can't in the normal sports, individual sports, other sports? And in Olympic, it is very embarrassing because we are a big nation. On one hand, we want to be a superpower, we want to be a powerful nation, showcasing our strength at the world level. So, sports is very, very important if you want to really show to the world that we are also there. Because sports unites a nation, sports develop team spirit, sports unites society, sports shows that national integrity. Everything is shown by sports as a nation, a collective symbol of identity, and the pride, national pride it generates when at international level there is a team winning. That is generated in so natural way that you need not to advertise or you need not to carry any campaign within the nation that we are one. Sports unites everyone. That is the importance, and that is why we should have focused long back on our sports field. But unfortunately, our priorities were different. We had poverty, we had education issues, we had infrastructure issues. So our focus was upliftment of society in other areas. Sports was left to individuals, those individuals who can afford, practice, go up, and perform. But now on, probably things are improving. This Olympic, it was a slight improvement. In future Olympics, we can have better results, better show, and commensurate to our population, we can have better medal tally. Okay, good, Tejas. Renuka, ready?
I'll be needing a card.
Okay, I'll put. Okay, you take 24. Renuka,
Okay, sir.
Gurjant Saab, ready?
Sir, ready, sir.
Okay, Tejas, keep time.
Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. Every country wants to make its strong presence in the world. It depends or driven by certain principle of the country. So, friends, next 2 to 3 minutes, we are going to talk about Indian foreign policy. The Indian foreign policy for any country is based on the principle of friendship, cooperation among the all countries of the world. The foreign policy of India shaped by two factors, domestic and international. Domestic by the condition of our demography, geography, or economic condition. And international factors, the politics and emerging scenario of the international level. The aim of the Indian foreign policy is to maintain national security, supporting democracy, promoting world peace, providing aid, and establishing free trade. Many of challenges in front of India, as far as concerned with the Indian foreign policies. The first challenge is the stronger economy or domination of China. As we know that Chinese economy is getting a strong position year by year. Due to this, our good friend Russia is tilting towards the China, and China is showing domination in our boundary and Indo-Pacific region. The another challenge is the Russia and China nexus is making a stronger bond due to the stronger economy and the intervention of US. And also the international politics is changing, like the Middle East countries, due to the intervention of US and changing the politics in these all countries. And the main challenge with the India, the dispute with the neighbors, like we have dispute with Nepal due to land dispute, dispute with the Bangladesh due to some policies like NRC, and the dispute with Sri Lanka due to intervention of China. To make relation better and establish peace in our country, India should work on some way forward. First of all, India should work on neighborhood first policy.
Last 30 seconds.
We should need to establish good peace and good relation by providing aid and by providing strong presence with the neighbors. And India should also promote the foreign support in the Indo-Pacific region by making the group as Quad. We are working good, and we have to also promote this type of group in the Indo-Pacific region. And as India is a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council, we should raise the international voice, international dispute to make focus, to get focus of the international leaders. And also, as India is good ties with the US and any other developed country, India should enhance and working on good trade ties, military ties to make it good presence against the world. So, lastly, I would like to conclude my topics with these points. India is doing very good with the foreign policy post-independence. We have evolved many of changes in our policy. Now, at the present time, India should focus on its tie as far as concerned with economic, as far as concerned with trades, and also we should make the strong military powers. So with these efforts, we can make the better future for our country. Thank you.
Okay, good, Gurjant Saab. If this topic comes in today's scenario, there are important ongoing things like with Afghanistan, our policy is really under a test. With China, yes, we are really having a very, very tough decisions with China. But there are some important decisions in recent past we have taken with Israel. We were pro-Palestinian. We were keeping balance. We were never very direct with Israel, but we took that decision. Indian Prime Minister had gone, first Prime Minister had gone to Israel. After so many years, we showed to the world that we are close with Israel. These are tougher decisions. Same with Iran. Same with some of the countries where we were really worried. We were not showing openly that we are closer. We have been traditionally associated with Russia, but we were never close with US. Of late, we are close with US. So we are keeping balance and international level. This is a very, very interesting dynamic things. Foreign policy is very important if you as a nation has to perform at international level because it affects a lot of trade, your positions, a lot of international organizations get affected for your behavior with any nation, your relations with any nation. You come closer to a nation, the other nations get disturbed or they start behaving differently. International policy is having critical importance. Like defense, we focus, technology, we focus. We keep talking about GDP and everything, but international relations are the most for any nation. Today, the unavoidable thing is talking about relations with Afghanistan because it is a very, very important scenario emerging there. We are in neighborhood. What Gurjant Saab was talking about, neighborhood. We have to have a peaceful relations with all our neighbors. We may have businesses and all, but if your neighbors are not having good relations with you, no amount of progress can be assured. We will be always disturbed. Like Pakistan and China, we are always on toes. We unnecessarily have to spend on defense expenditure, so much of preparation, so much of alertness, and a lot of energy is wasted on that. But when we have peaceful neighbors, then a lot of energy can be channelized for growth of the nation. This is the importance of good relations with neighbors. So within 3 minutes, yes, the priority can be given to Afghanistan also. Rest all the nations we may or may not talk on. Suppose it is foreign policy, then US, Afghanistan, Russia, China. These can definitely get mentioned. Israel, yes, it is also a very very important nation. Okay, good, Gurjant sir. Who is ready now? Renuka, you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Keep time.
So, Renuka, you may start.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. For today, my lecture topic is same-sex marriages. So, a same-sex marriage are marriages between human beings of the same sex. In the same-sex marriages, two females get married to each other, or we can consider two males who get married to each other. It is no different than the heterosexual marriages that we see in our society as in our daily lives. So, it has the same terms of ritual and proceedings, but yet it's the same sex also. So, as we have also seen that most of us of humans believe that love sees no boundaries, and thus same-sex marriages are justified, right, and nothing to be ashamed of. It is a thing going on a long way back in the society mindset and as an individual mindset also. Same-sex marriages are not a trend or Western influence that is adapted by the society. This needs to be clear as same-sex attraction has existed from ancient times in India as well as all over the world. Just the thing is that it has not been openly or vividly talked about because like due to the lack of knowledge and understanding between the people or maybe a shame between the people to talk on these topics. It is still a taboo in most of the world and mostly in the parts of India or where people are not that much accepting. It is our responsibility to educate individuals and ourselves in the world so that the same-sex couples do not face discrimination. In India, as we know that sorry, in India, as we know that the article, the section 377 of the Indian Penal Code by the Supreme Court of India only decriminalized a particular human behavior, but it neither intended to and it neither not denied or not accepted totally the same-sex marriages and just decriminalized one portion of it. So here in India, same-sex marriages are yet to be legalized. So as we know that Supreme Court of India decriminalized gay sex, making a historic judgment, but yet it has not been totally acceptable towards the gay or same-sex marriages. Same-sex marriages are held like every other marriages. The rituals and traditions can be same or different according to the particular caste and religion. But same-sex marriages are same as the heterosexual marriages, as the mindset of the people towards looking it might be different. Both kinds of marriages are intended to unite two souls who are in love and care for each other. And discriminating
Last
and
30
judging
seconds.
any kind of couple or would be inhuman to them or might hinder their fundamental rights. So at last, in my opinion, I think the way forward for it is the LGBTQ community needs an anti-discrimination law that could empower them to build to make their own choices or preferences in making relationships, irrespective of the gender identity or any sex they want to choose
Time
in,
up.
because it is because marriage when it comes to a marriage it is about an individual and not the society. So the way through it I could say that we could evolve the society, not totally change it, but yet respect the others choices as well. Thank you.
Okay, topic to speak on. In SSBs also such difficult social topics do come, and your viewpoint is same. Generally, balanced viewpoint has to be given. But now I will touch upon on a different aspect. You may or may not speak on this. Like, if you see human society, it has come up all the way. We have some kind of rules, regulations, some kind of rituals, traditions. We are also animal, but our ancestors, forefathers organized the family system, organized some kind of customs and traditions. They set something which helps us to evolve as a human being. So, being an animal, we have some kind of similar behavior which other animals do have. But the marriage system, if you can give a passing reference, that marriage system is has to have a direct connection for hetero sexual marriages. But what we achieve from that, that is to be highlighted, that the human beings survival is there, reproduction is there, and we as a human society will exist on earth. If it is given total liberty of such kind of divergence, then probably things will not be in order. The balance of family system will get affected. These are the other side of the coin, where if you imagine, suppose it gets so much of promoted, and we have families of a different nature, where two male or two females are there, there is no next generation, or there are some adoption of babies, but then there is balance of emotions are there or not. These will be the bigger questions, though it is debatable. It is not easy to discuss on this, and that is why India is taking too much of time, because our culture is different. We have strong bonding in families. But imagine, we all need to imagine that in our family, a father is there, a mother is there, and there are some emotional issues. And this family system is the backbone of any society. If this family system gets disturbed, proportion wise, nature wise, and the configuration of that family system gets little haywire, another 100 year down the line, 200 year down the line, we have to think on long scale. It will be a very different scenario and probably not good for human survival, because nowadays there is a new trend, not marrying, or people who prefer to stay alone. People go for live-in relationships. This is not probably good for longer run. There will not be a stable family system. How a nation is stable? If the families are stable, society becomes stable. There is a organized setup in society. If you give freedom to all these things, probably the basic foundation pillar of any nation is a family. A family is the basic unit of a nation, and that is not in correct order, then things are gone. That is my take on it. You can pick up one or 2 points of this to uh, get into your viewpoint, like what will be the nature of future societies then. Renuka has spoken very well, well organized points, very balanced spoken. Okay, Renuka. Okay, who is next? Mukesh Saab.
So,
Okay. Renuka, keep time.
Yes, you may start, sir.
okay. Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. Relation is play a very important role in each and every sector, and it makes a country developed and strong. Yes, friends. Today's my topic is India and Africa policy. India and Africa trade is on decline. Bilateral trade, the both at around 56 billion in 2020 and 21, fall by the around 11 billion compared to the 2019 and 20. And both region has important relation in which we can say the political and economic relation, people to people contact, and we also providing the peacekeeping forces and defense and security cooperation. And other one is the cyber security and the digital revolution cooperation to tackle the terrorism, because both region is facing the terrorism activity, and the other one is the climate issue, because nowadays it is the biggest issue in front of the world. And other one, the both region wants to the open and free ocean for trade and the other activities. But friends, there is some challenges between the both regions. First, in which we can say that India and China are competing with each other to build the strong relation with the region. You know that China also built its first overseas military base in the Djibouti, and we are very means हम बहुत पीछे हैं. That's why we need to improve our relation with the region. And other one is the our poor quality education. It is not first choice of the African student for their education. So it's a concern to us. And other one is the terrorism. Terrorism is the biggest issue, the both region. That's why the relation is not improving. And in the Africa, there is no stable government. That's why the relation is not making good. And we can overcome that problem first. And is important is we should make a clear policy toward the development of the Africa. We can say like the in Afghanistan, we made road and the dam. So like that, we can
Last 30
develop
seconds.
something so we can improve our relation. Other one is we should improve our education policy so we can attract the more student from the Africa. And other one is so we also improve and provide them food and agriculture collaboration so we can make a good relation. Other one is improve and promote a friendly private investment in the Africa. I would conclude to my topic, friends.
Time up.
It's a very important. We need to improve our relation with Africa. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Okay, very important things to talk on Africa and Asia's relation, India's relation with Africa. Some analysts say that 20th century belonged to Asia because a lot of emerging markets and economies came up in 20th century. And 21st century is likely to be tilting towards Africa's development. Yes, it belongs to Africa. So from that context, China has already captured the African economy, African market. They have developed a strong relations in African countries. Are some of the industrialists have reached out to Africa? To some extent, Reliance has done good job, and but it is not up to the mark. That is for sure. We are late. We are generally late. We are never proactive. Okay, I think we have more speakers to speak, so I'll cut down. Good, Mukesh sir. It can be further. Momentum can be gained on this. Points were relevant. Okay, good. Who is ready now?
Sir, I am ready.
Okay. Mukesh sir, keep time.
Sir, you may start.
Good morning, friends. Annually, we have seen report jointly published by the Conquer Worldwide and Wet Health Hunger. The first produced in 2006 and it's published every year of October. The 2021 edition marked the 16th edition of the GHI. Yes, friends, today's my lecture topic is Global Hunger Index. The aim is to comprehensively measure the track hunger at the global level, regions and the country levels. The calculation is done by the 4 points. First one is the undernourishment, which is share the population which insufficient to take caloric intake. Second one is the child wasting, the ratio of the low weight for their height of 5-year-old old children is showing the child wasting. Child stunning is against the ratio of the 5-year children have low height and with their age. Then the mortality rate of the children under the age of 5. By these 4 points, we calculate the global hunger index. Scoring based on the calculation will make 0 is the best possible score, which shows a no hunger, and the 100 is worst. The data collection from several by UN interagency group of child mortality establishment, UNICEF, WHO, and World Bank. By the current GHI projection, the 47 worlds will fail to achieve a level of hunger in 2030. The weather extremists associated the global climate change and economic and health challenges associated with the COVID-19 pandemic are all driving the hunger. Africa, south of the Sahara, and South Asia are the world region who hunger level are highest. Hunger is the both regions in considered serious. The in India since 2000, India has made sustainable progress, but there is still area of conquer, particularly regarding to child
Last 20
nutrition.
seconds.
India's GHI score has decreased from a 2000 GHI score is 38.8 points. Consider alarming to the 2001 GHI score is 27.5. Consider as a serious. The India was behind most of the neighboring countries. Like Pakistan is placed at 92, Nepal and Bangladesh is
Timer.
76, and Sri Lanka is 65. There are also different stats are taken by the government of India. The Ministry of Women and Child Development has criticized the report class scheme, Eat Right India Movement, Poshan Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri, uh, Pradhan Mantri Food Nourishment, and National Food Security Act 2030. These are the best initiative by the government of India. Lastly, I want to conclude that we have to come up with for the hunger reduction. Need to make concentration of under 5 years children who have been well growth. Government have not criticized any report. Have must work at a ground level since the arise but implementation not done in proper way. By this we come up with a good hunger index. Thank you.
Okay, very preliminary and essential topic, hunger related things. It is a dichotomy when we are reaching out to moon and Mars and whatnot, and we have bullet train project and um, sophisticated things running around here and there. But the basic element, a human is dying of hunger. A lot of kids are malnourished. These are very, very serious things, and we need to really introspect. We, a nation of 130 crore plus population, has got challenging time. We are improving upon it, but all people, all NGOs, societies, different sensible sections to come together. It is a shameful thing that if people around us are not having enough food to eat, or maybe they are dying, especially children. This scenario is very, very serious in Africa. Malnourishment is a bigger challenge there. So world has to come together on this issue also. Good. Okay, Omkar, very nice. Who is there next?
Sir, I'm.
Sanjivani. Okay, Omkar, keep time.
Yes. Yes, Sanjivani, you can start.
Okay. Good morning to all. Today, my lecture topic is demonetization. A growing country like India, there is a lot of money, but the main problem is that it is not account for. In recent time, there has been a lot of money that has been hoarded as black money, and that is what is corruption in the in economy. The reason for the demonetization, bigger currency in this, the main point would be that large currency are easier to accountable, and thereby hide hug amount. The black money hoarded is in the form of larger currency, and hence putting an end to the end to them would surface all the hoarded money. Why do the demonetization without prior notice? The main point of that demonetization is cash people hiding of the garden. There was a limited exchange also. This was to avoid the harded for getting right of the excess money. Many people who gradually
they cleanse their black money, whereas punishable as same the proportional money would be the accountable. The short term problem of the demonetization. There were a lot of problem like common people standing in line to get currency, and lot of cash crash. Then other people belonging to the lower standard who did not have access of ATM and bank bank suffered a lot. Other country who follow the same strategy. India is not the first country to follow the demonetization strategy. There have been a lot of country who have done their like Congo, Myanmar, and etc. Then the long term but the long term of advantage is a demonetization would be reap up potentially wait for the next financial year. But there are still a large amount of
Last 30 seconds.
people around that do not use the ATM and depend primary on cash for their daily wastage. So lastly, I want to say that the demonetization plan will help to the convert uh, into corrupted free. Those interacting in the accepting will cases for corrupted method, as
Time up.
it will be difficult for them to return their illegal money. But this step will be support to government to track illegal money. Thank you.
Okay, Sanjeevani, demonetization was a very important decision. The results are debatable. Intent was good to curb the black money, to teach people lesson, to get away from corrupt practices. One correction, Sanjeevani, about pronunciation: hoarding, hoarders, black money hoarding or black money hoarders. You call it hoarders, okay?
Okay, sir.
That pronunciation was not correct. So demonetization was intended for correct things. There was a talk that we have unaccounted money. It is even said casually about India that we are a poor nation with a lot of rich people. This is something gives a lot of message. We have unaccounted money. We have some kind of mindset of accumulating, living for our own people, collecting for our generations. That is something which is a very orthodox and silly view of life. The Indians will come out of that slowly as we progress, but that is not a good mindset, because if you want to create something more for your kids or grandkids or even future 7 generation, 10 generation, you do corruption. That is a root cause. Whereas in the Western countries, you see the philanthropy which is happening. People are not keeping money for their future generations, or they are not interested. That mindset is not there. You see, Bill Gates will only 0.1% or 1% he has kept for his next of kin. Rest all he is utilizing for the welfare of world. A lot of NGOs are getting benefited from that Bill Gates Foundation. A lot of sections of society are getting benefited. This mindset, and there are many more people in Western countries where people are donating. In our country, there is very interesting example, honorable figure Tata and the Tata Group. They are not having this mindset. They are not living for their own family. They are not collecting money. In fact, most of the money is given for charity. Tata Foundation is one of the most remarkable entity in India. We all need to learn from them. Let's devote our life for self, family, and nation, society, world, for bigger causes. You have to grow as you grow in life. But that growing doesn't happen in India, and that is the real reason for this kind of corruption. And then you have to come up with measures like demonetization. Implementation, in my opinion, had failed. Intent was good. Okay, who is ready? Uh, Vivek, don't want to speak today? Kumar is there. Kumar?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Vivek is ready. Then Kumar can speak. Okay. Sanjivani, keep time.
Yes, sir. You can start.
Good morning, sir, and all of my friends. Today, my topic is the greenhouse effect. All we every day read in the newspaper that global warming impact on human and animal life also. Out of the total solar radiation, about the 47% radiation is observed by the Earth's surface. As a result, the Earth become hot and start the re-radiating the long waves. The important principle that is that the short length radiation from the sun can penetrate in the atmosphere without being fully absorbed. These short radiation fall on the ground and they heat it, and the ground start re-radiating the long waves. The long waves re-radiating by the emitted by the earth and absorbed in the atmosphere by the water vapor, CO2, and ozone. These gases are namely water vapor, CO2, and the ozone allows the solar radiation categorized as a short waves and the long waves. But the ozone allows only short waves to pass through the atmosphere towards the earth and not allowed to escape the long waves radiation from the earth is known as the greenhouse effect. The atmosphere, this heat, this heat retaining behavior is similar to the roof glass or greenhouse that is used in experiment. And the atmospheric greenhouse effect keeps the earth warm and does not allow its temperature to fall. The mean temperature of the earth is 50 degrees Celsius since long, and it is maintained by the greenhouse effect. But the human intervention in nature have been made the bad effects on the earth, like deforestation, or we can call the industrial activities, and so many more. But specifically methane gas, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbon from the ACs we are using office and some other institutes are the heat trapping pollutants. But the major impact in disappearing the glaciers, which leads to the rising sea levels and which causes flooding in some regions. Disruption of the habitat, such as the coral reefs and the alpine meadows and some trees and animals also, and impact on the human, like some skin allergies, asthmas, and infectious disease to human by the air pollution. Now, moving to the conclusion, what we can do for this to
Last
avoid the
30 seconds.
we should plant trees or use the less or minimum ACs, and we can buy energy efficient products, and we should mainly 3 R's, that is the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce is the reduce the reduce the things like AC, which can emit the chlorofluorocarbon like pollutants in the atmosphere. Reuse the things, and
Time.
recycle the things. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very important and relevant topic from competitive exam point of view, greenhouse effect and climate related things, atmosphere related things. Because of atmosphere, correct balance of atmosphere, we have a very, very healthy proportion of heat on Earth. If we disbalance it, or if there is different ratio over a period of time of carbon dioxide getting surplus, then there are harmful effects. If our climate, ozone layer is affected, it will be a cyclic effect. For example, the carbon dioxide is taken by plants, oxygen is produced. Similarly, oceans also absorb carbon dioxide. But if it is absorbing too much because humans are creating too much of carbon dioxide, what will happen? More acidic water will be created. The ocean life will be disturbed. There are so many creatures in ocean. In fact, ocean itself is a wonderful area to study. So many creatures. So in the bargain, we are really disturbing the overall ecosystem. We need to take care. If we really boast about most intelligent animal on the earth, then we should be taking care and shouldering the responsibility. Okay. Who is there who wants to speak now? Ravi, you want to speak? Okay, no one wants to speak. Okay. uh, aim is this lecturette is basically communication skill or leadership skills you can develop. In between I say something, this is to express viewpoint, because especially in defense services, if you go give your own original at least one point. It can be in the conclusion, it can be in the original, in the introduction format, or it can be in between, but there has to be at least one point which you speak from your own mind or your feelings, and you convey that what kind of personality you show. That is important. And in general also, during the communication in any forum, you have to express yourself, that clarity of thought, communication style, and overall our verbal and non-verbal communication, both they are important. This is how you will be developing unknowingly, silently, steadily, slowly. You will be developing your personality, because thought process gets influenced. Imagine 1 hour we are interacting, there are so many students speaking on different topics. You alone cannot study these many topics. So slowly your knowledge is increasing, your thought process is changing. We may not come to know, but slowly it is changing. We are discussing different viewpoints, and these viewpoints will change our personality. It will sharpen, it will groom, and we will be a little refined personality slowly. So that's why I feel you all should express your opinions, some of the matured views. That is the larger interest. Okay, if there is no one remaining, we will end here.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir Ravi is here, and I want to share my topic today.
Okay. You
Sir,
want?
Sir,
Okay. You want to
which
speak on a
topic?
topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, today I took social media topic, and it's imagine and write down which my thoughts is. I am not taking it in any books or videos, so maybe here I have lot of mistake. So I'm giving my best. I'm trying to start my topic. Social media.
Okay.
Social media is a web-based platform which is help us to share ideas, thoughts, and information among the communities. It gives us a quick electronic news, images, videos, etc. A person can access social media through a computer, a smartphone, and other tools. Using social media is a very powerful way to communicate among the people, as it has the ability to connect with anyone in the world and share information instantly. Like everything has a positive and negative side, social media to have both advantage and disadvantage. So we can see some advantage of social medias. It is a good tool for education. Today we can see a lot of informative videos on YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Through we can use this information very well. S- and another thing is student for research work in any colleges or a school, people can student can use use this tool for research work. And some government and private companies also using this social media platform for their products advertisement. And another thing is for we can use this tool for entertainment. We can see some comedy shows like Kapil Sharma shows and series like Bhokal, Money Heist, etc. series on this platform also. Some side effect and disadvantage also is there of social media. We can see one of them is uh, under 19 children's. It is the one type of addiction of social media. Lot of their time they are wasting on social media, like TikTok stars. There are a lot of students which are under 90s. They are waste their timing on this platform also. Today's India's young generation also waste their timing on this platform. So we can see there have some disadvantage of this platform. So lastly I want to say something don't follow any social media blindly. So we should recognize which is the side effect and which is the good effect of this platform, and we should use growing us from this platform. So thank you, sir.
Okay, good, Ravi. Very good start. In fact, grammatically, there are no mistakes. Only
Okay,
thing,
thank you, sir.
the flow, the momentum, the pronunciations, it will get refined more and more you practice. It will automatically get corrected. That will come
Okay,
up. So,
okay,
best part is no grammatical mistakes. It is a good standard of grammar.
thank you.
Viewpoint, social media is yes, boon or bane. It is both. Provided you use it wisely, then it is a boon. It is very, very advantageous. See, on social media, we are connected, we are exchanging messages. In fact, a lot of offices are operating through social media. A lot of messages are given through WhatsApp and updates are given. That is a positive side. But if you are wasting time on some nonsense things, watching videos or sharing something irresponsibly, or creating some divide in societies by spreading the hatred messages, or wasting time yourself,
Yes,
everything
sir.
is wrong.
Mhm.
So that is the problem. But in a larger perspective, it is a strategic level weapon also. A nation without attacking another nation can really create a lot of problems. If you fabricate messages, push those messages, spread hatred in uh, society, religious divide, or some kind of other uh, things which can create or raise people against the nation, against the society, or one section against the another section. This can be a powerful tool. So this is a weapon now. Internet and Android mobile together, that is social media, this is a weapon in everybody's hand. Everybody is a journalist. Everybody is a reporter today. Everybody is a soldier today. Try and understand what I am saying.
Yes, sir.
Everybody is a soldier. You want to protect your country or you want to disturb your country. To that extent, this has got connotation. This has got implications. A small message you forward, and if it is creating rift between the sections of society, you are creating problems for nation. I'm not saying at a small level. I'm saying you can really break the nation.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is up to us whether we are responsible or we are not responsible. This is a modern tool in our hand. Everybody can be a good soldier, good citizen, can help the country, can help the nation. We need to read correctly, we need to watch correctly, we need to be ethical in our approach, we need to be sensible, responsible. We should be helping the society for progressive things, not for the disturbance. Okay, so I think we are finishing today. Everybody has spoken. We will end here. Good, lot of good topics. We will end here. Bye. Jai Hind. Have a good day.
Thanks, sir.